selected noun and I hit that button and it is called ride. Okay, what comes to mind for ride? Ride. So obviously a car ride on a on something, right? A bus ride, a car ride, Uber ride on a horse. That's what I understand under a ride on a plane. I don't know. Do you say that? Yeah. I give someone a ride. That's all that comes to mind, really. Just the topic that is on the top of my mind a lot is, if I'm thinking of a ride, I'm thinking we're going to do a lot of rides in the near future. So yeah. But anyway, so a ride is basically when you are picked up and you're actually going on a ride, but basically you are not driving yourself. Say if you're doing a bike ride, now you're going yourself, right? Oh man, sometimes those definitions get me. You hitch a ride. I think you can do a ride by yourself as well. Anyway. But if I'm hitching a ride, I'm not normally driving myself. But if I do a bike ride, I am actually riding the bike myself. Anyway, so I think in a car, it basically means that if you're hitching a ride or you're going on a ride, means normally that someone else drives and you are sitting on a ride. So ride hail is when you are being driven, right? And so that comes to my mind because I'm thinking of going on a like a taxi ride or something, because I'm thinking a lot about robotaxis lately, because I think that it's like one of the most important developments that we have at the moment, that cars go autonomous. So very important to me. That's why I always come back to that topic. So I think we are going to experience this transition from driving manually and actually just hitching a ride on an autonomous vehicle. And so the projections are actually that most people won't own a car anymore because it'll just not be worth it. Some people will still own cars, either because they can just afford it and it's, then they have their own vehicle that can drive them around. And the cool thing is, if you've got your own vehicle, right, you can go and let your car drive you to somewhere where you want to go, like go to work or go shopping or something, and then the car can drive off and do something else. I don't know, pick someone else up, or another family member and drive them, or it can just park itself somewhere if it finds a car park. If there's no car park in that immediate area where you need to go, not a problem, because the car just drops you off. You just jump out and the car just drives somewhere where it finds a car park, or it just drives around until you are back. Hopefully it'll try to be doing that as efficient as possible, so it'll try probably to find a park. And once you get back to your, or want to be picked up again, you just push a button and it comes straight back to you. And so I think that'll be amazing, even if you own your own vehicle. But then there will be a lot more public rides. So I think that's why I think it's called ride hail, right? That's why ride reminds me of that straight away. There's going to be a lot more autonomous or a lot more ride-hail options, and they're going to be autonomous. So, and it's going to be an amazing future. I think it's going to be great because, yeah, I think right now where we live, it takes like, I don't know, I don't take many Uber rides right now, and we still have, private cars, but I think it takes like, I don't know, 3 minutes, 5 minutes to get an Uber on a normal average day. And yeah, that already got a lot quicker, I think, than in the past, where you had to call a taxi and that taxi firm had, so and so many taxis, and they're maybe not in your area, and then it can take a while. But now Uber is such a big platform that there are, say 3 Ubers just around the corner that are all free, and you can just hit that button that you want to be picked up and want to go somewhere, and it takes like 3 minutes for the Uber to get here. That's obviously in an urban area. Outside the cities, it'll in the countryside, it'll take longer for an Uber ride, definitely. But because it's going to get cheaper to have to hitch a ride, because of the autonomous vehicles, because people don't have to be paid to drive it. There is some negative things about it. So people who are Uber drivers right now, I think they will be actually eventually just not be there anymore. They will have to do other jobs, and so that'll make it cheaper, and then they will be very efficient. So people are not very efficient drivers, so it'll cost less energy. Cars in general get more and more efficient. Everything will move towards electric. It's another topic I can talk about a long time. It will move to electric, or choose your whatever is more efficient than nowadays. If you say hydrogen in your eyes is more efficient, I think it's not. But I think battery electric vehicles will be the most efficient in the near future. Like in the next 10, 20 years. Right now, they're already more efficient than anything else that is, really available to buy right now as a vehicle. So that's why you see that most taxis are actually moving towards, used to move towards hybrid, and now it's electric. The most taxis, Ubers, will move towards electric just because it's cheaper to run, right? There's less moving parts. It's getting more efficient. Batteries get more efficient, and it's cheap to charge, right? And there's no trouble anymore with range, So yeah, that's where we're heading, and I think it's going to be a great future because of the efficiencies and less costs, there will be more options available. There will be more vehicles that can drive you around, and then you will also get that in a little bit more rural areas, not only in cities. And then, if you're very rural, you might just get your own autonomous vehicle. And if you're rural, it probably takes a while to drive somewhere as well. And in that time, when your vehicle drives itself, you are just you're just on the ride, right? You are just a passenger, and you can just do whatever you need to do. And your car just drives you, and you can maybe work or use the time to rest, or talk on the phone to someone, and it's going to be great. So that comes straight to mind when I think about ride. And future prediction is definitely it's going to get more. There's going to be more and more of those autonomous rides available, and there's going to be more and more autonomous vehicles, even if people own them themselves. And then eventually I think it'll be not allowed anymore to drive yourself, right? Because it's just too dangerous. For people are dangerous. Most of the accidents that are happening right now are human error, right? People drive drunk, they drive tired, they don't pay attention, they're scrolling on their phone. Yes, you can do a lot of things about that. You can make sure that people are not driving drunk. You can have better options for entertainment in vehicles so that you don't need to scroll on your phone or whatever. But I think ultimately it'll just be that it'll be much more convenient and safe to just let the car drive, because it's going to be safer and more convenient, and it's going to be cheaper. So there's basically those three things are more convenient, safer, and cheaper. They will very certainly lead to that future. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that.